The hard-hitting questions. I don't know what this is about, but I asked the hard-hitting ones.
So
Journalist style.
That's it.
No integrity though, but journalists for sure.
massive thank you to our guest Kush for coming on this week. Kush, where can the listeners find you?
Absolutely nowhere. Sometimes on this podcast.
Well, when I went there, I took a bunch of 15, 16-year-old children.
Against their will.
No, they paid for the trip.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, where we take the best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into a podcast. For today's episode, we'll be ranking all major tourist cities, all of them, on compare and contrast, as well as dubbing in rare units on Dub in a Rare Unit. But before that, to wrap the week, without our mic stands this week is me and Miguel. We have Seni.
Hello, boys.
We have Rohit.
G'day, g'day.
And I feel like I say this every 3 months. By the grace of God, we have Mr. Kushagra, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Kundra, back on the podcast.
And the Govey as well.
And the Govey. We always give him the Goveys.
I was waiting for the stats to find my numbers. 18 TikTok followers, 30,000 crippling uni debt.
300 movie reviews on the Instagram story. Where have you been? How's your Christmas? First of all, let's start from the Merry Christmas. You weren't here.
Yeah, let's start. When was the last time that I was there? Was it before Christmas? I can't remember the last episode.
I reckon, 2 weeks before Christmas.
So I wasn't here for the Christmas. No, I was here for the Christmas episode. I had the hat on. I remember that.
Joke.
I was here.
It's as if we recorded those in advance.
Yeah. Okay, the New Year's. I was not there.
Not there.
What did I do for New Year's?
We're asking you this question.
How would we know?
No, actually, no. The plans got cancelled. I had two plans. Well, the first plan was the party that I was graciously invited on this podcast. And that plan got cancelled. I reached out to Miggs, and Miggs was like, yeah, probably not.
Look, all I'm saying is, there's people here that couldn't even go.
That's true.
So
That is true. And then one of my friends, I think, had a New Year's, he was a DJ at a New Year's, I think, party or something like that. He got
mix.
New Year's Eve in the city. Whoa.
but he got COVID, I think, as well. So, he was like a close contact. So I was at home. I think I ended up watching a film there as well.
Would you rate it?
No, I probably rated 8. That was before my rating times.
No, it wasn't. Rating has been going for years. Go follow Kush on Instagram, by the way.
For context.
If you want to see Kush's ratings of movies like niche indie films, Netflix specials, whatever.
Anything that I watch, you'll be there.
It'll be
Every
there.
day, maybe twice a day.
Twice a
You
day
get
sometimes.
Maybe twice a
movie
day.
out of 10, little synopsis.
Exactly.
Little one-liner.
Exactly.
There are some good... I forgot. I saw one recently that you did. I'll try and remember it, but I did enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Bought a PS5 and added that as a review. That's one of the audacious things he's done.
It's good though, because you find new content to watch. I look at Netflix and there's just an array of content.
No, but the PS5 was the only one that actually got the 10 out of 10 from me as well.
I saw there was like a 9, wasn't there?
There's a few 9.5s, quite rare.
What's the best 9 point? What's the best film?
I think the last one that I gave was 9, was Licorice Pizza, which I watched very recently. I thought it was the best film of 2021 as well, but
I've not even heard the film.
I've been
I'm not surprised.
Have you heard of the film?
I have.
Have you, Mix? No, of course not. Licorice Pizza.
Licorice Pizza. Watch it if you can.
Doesn't sound delicious.
Does not sound like...
That was actually my review. I was like, great film, but this would taste like shit. that's what I wrote. But after that, what I've been doing, I've been at home. That's about it. Watching some stuff.
Some stories for us, Kush.
Look, I don't have many stories. I have a few stories, but I want to save them for the segments.
Lovely.
But yeah, it's good to be back.
It's good.
Growing the beard. Let's address that. You used to be a
Actually,
moustache man.
Yeah, that is true.
Now are you the beard man, which Sen has been trying to claim for years?
Yeah, but I can't compete with that. None of us can compete with that.
Oh, speak for yourself.
How long has that been in the making?
This has been in the making for around a month now. If you notice here, this is actually a bit shorter because I screwed up on the right-hand side. If you go on YouTube, you'll see this is a bit shorter. I got a new clipper. I tried to trimmed a bit too fast on this side actually, and I lost a bit of hair, but then I have
perfect on the
perfect
left
side. It's literally perfect. And I went into the office and he was like, "Oh, your beard looks different." So I was like, "Yeah, why don't you shut the fuck up?" All right.
Someone actually noticed
Yeah,
that.
wow.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of us noticed that at all.
Well, it's been that 5 days since the growth has come back,
The
a
incident.
little bit, but.
Yeah.
Maybe your workmate has a crush on you.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not. And even with that beard, no, sir.
Deny it one more time, we'll believe you.
But yeah, it's a good beard. I think so. Better than a mustache? I don't know. but at least
No.
it removes some connotation.
Bring back the mo.
I think
No,
the
go on
listeners.
YouTube, leave a comment.
yeah, please.
Beard or mustache?
Well, you know what? We'll put a
Kush
picture on.
loves to give in to peer pressure. So whatever that has the most comments, he will do.
We'll put it on the
All the
Appreciation
listeners are gonna
Society.
Say the mo.
the mo.
No, look, we'll put it on the Appreciation Society. A poll.
We'll put
me
a
with the
poll.
mo. Me without the mo or the beard. I had a period where I didn't have facial hair.
Well, can you have a beard without a mo?
No, I'm saying where I didn't have facial hair.
No. But I'm asking
Naked
this
Kush,
new
you know?
question.
So the people want naked Kush.
Nothing,
Nothing
here.
here.
Just that'd be rogue.
Just a beard. Have you ever thought of that? Because I think that's the only iteration you haven't done yet.
Yeah, I've done the goatee as
done the
well.
goatee.
Done the
I was
goatee.
gonna say goatee was a nice era.
Nice era, yeah.
Do I do the the handlebar, the chin strap? Let it go all the way down.
No, dude.
Get myself a cowboy hat while I'm at it as well.
No.
What's the one where you twist the mustache?
Oh,
the
the-
handlebars?
The Italian.
that
That's
The showbiz.
The Charlie Chaplin.
we'll put all four up. Decide. Let me know.
What?
Anyway,
Don't
let's
worry,
move.
don't worry.
Let's move. We'll put photos
Yeah.
up and
yeah, I think most people are going to say mo, but I do like the beard. Just want to put on the record, my vote is for the beard.
Thank you.
So Ro, we want to talk about something. So as we know all in the podcast, boys, we know that Ro loves to ask questions. You know, he's an inquisitive mind,
Here we go. What's happening
curious
here?
mind. You know, he likes to ask questions that no one else will ask. And
Yeah.
The hard-hitting questions. I don't know what this is about, but I asked the hard-hitting ones.
so
journalist, are you?
That's it.
No integrity though, but journalists for sure.
So it's a common theme now. It's happened a couple of times where Ro, we'd be having a yarn, and maybe we haven't seen someone for a while, and then we're having a good yarn, and then Ro would. To be fair, it's an innocent question,
It is an innocent question.
but with your strike rate right now, it's starting to seem more sinister.
Put it in the back pocket, I think.
Ro would always ask about the person's significant other, like their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and. We found, I reckon, how many times is it now, mate?
Dude, it's like 7 or 8
It's like
times.
7 or 8.
7 or 8 times.
The last 7 or 8 times he's asked this question,
Yeah.
the person would awkwardly, look down. They would kind of go, "Oh, yeah,
About that.
Yeah, we actually broke up a few
dear.
X
That's not
amount of
my
weeks
fault.
ago, X amounts of months ago." And this has happened to Ro. Dad said 6 or 7 times in a row now.
And this
No,
is
no, it's in like, okay, it's like over the space of like a couple of months, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this person or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah.
I haven't heard much about,
So and so.
so-and-so.
How is he? How is she?
How's he going? Like, what's
you
he
haven't
doing
heard
now?
this through any friend circle or reached out online as well. This is the first question you asked in a couple of months,
Not-
basically.
no.
He gives at least 10 or 20 minutes.
Oh,
first.
okay, 10 or 20 minutes. Okay.
And then
right.
he goes, "Oh, hey, how's so and so? I haven't heard from him in a while. How's he going?" And they would be like, "Actually, about that, we broke up about 2 months ago." And then Ro would be left there with egg on his face, and thankfully for the rest of us though, because we're too cowardly to ask. So now we know the answer, but Ro takes all the blame.
Ro's done us a favor.
Exactly.
7 times.
So like, it's not my fault that my friends can't stay in relationships. Dude, that's on them.
So it's their fault for breaking up.
No, the audacity of someone to say, just don't ask.
Yeah, exactly. People like don't like. Sorry, I'm taking an interest in your life. Like, what?
Maybe if we have no, what they say is like, if we don't mention them, don't ask.
Where do you stand at that, Kush? Like, what do you think? Like, if someone's broken up, do you think should we be asking about it? Do you want them to tell you, or like, what's the go?
But you don't know they've broken
We
up.
don't know.
right?
We have
Yeah.
no idea. How do you approach
I
it?
think, like you said, it's an inquisitive mind from Ro, and it's an inquisitive question, in my opinion. I think he's done well. You're trying to make a connection, right? That's what you're doing. You're
Trying to
figure
get to
out-
know my friends, lives.
I think it probably is.
I would agree with that, but because of the strike record,
Yeah.
8 in a row now,
I think he's got a curse.
it's a
That's what
curse.
you're-
It's 100% curse. So just stop asking, I reckon.
I think like this.
He's asking you next week. Sydney. Watch out.
No, it begs the broader question. Like, to your point, right?
Yeah.
If something happens to you, am I obligated to share that to you guys, or are you obligated to ask me about it? So, like, if I get a new job or
Yeah.
something, like, let's just not girlfriend boyfriend
But
related.
that's different though. These are happy news. These are positive things you want to spread. If I've, down in the dumps, broken up, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I wouldn't even bring it up. If you bring it up, I'll probably tell you, but I'm not telling myself.
So how would
said
Ro
he's
figure it
saying-
out?
Exactly. Like,
Find out through another source is what I'm saying. Let's find out.
Nah.
So a couple of times I found out secondhand through you about some of these things. So what I'm trying to say is let someone else be the scapegoat. You just sit there and be, just look pretty.
Senny. So you're saying if you have positive news, you go out and tell people.
I think so.
So
Okay.
let's say hypothetically you got a new girlfriend, and half your friends know, but the other half don't. How did the other half know? You tell me.
I waited for you guys. To, yeah, okay, all right, fine. But did I not tell you to?
yeah.
We have to
That's
weasel
why
it.
you're complaining
We
then.
have to weasel it out of you for everyone.
No, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, like, fine. Happy news, whatever you share on your
Yeah,
own
yeah.
accord. But I also think, as friends, sad news also needs to be shared.
All right, hold on, Mr. Therapist. No, that doesn't. That shouldn't necessarily be the case. If people want to keep that up, they keep that in. It's their right to keep it in.
I agree, it's their right.
Yeah.
But then, if I ask, then like, and you want to disclose, and you do disclose.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with
It's
that.
not
They
on
disclosed it. No, it's not on you. But I don't know. It seems like you have some sort of curse. You need to,
Maybe.
I don't know. I reckon you should refrain from asking for a few months to anyone. Come back to it and we'll see the results. We'll track the metrics.
I will say, is it also then
Track the metrics. What's his KPI for the quarter?
is it then on you to tell other people as well? So like, let's say you've discovered the bad news, and then to try and save other people from making the same mistake, do you tell them like, oh hey, like just by the way, don't mention?
I think it could also depend on the news, right? There's news that should be shared by the person.
Yeah,
You know what it
Then
seems
there's
like to
also
me?
other news that you want to avoid talking about.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what it seems like to me, bro? If you didn't ask these questions, relationships could be saved. No one's breaking up. No one's breaking up.
They've already broken up before I've asked the question.
I think Schrodinger's cat.
No, I was gonna
Before
say,
you asked, they could have still been in a relationship.
Yeah.
if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to see it, does it actually fall?
Exactly, bro.
For us, these relationships are still
Yeah,
going.
so until you ask, going strong.
Exactly.
True. That is a good point. But I think like, yeah, I don't know. I will stop asking. I think that's
Were you
my.
actually
That's the
asking?
Mario.
Or is that just something you're saying?
No, you'll keep asking.
It's just like, well, it's just befuddling to me that, like, I would not ask if people were open to sharing. You know what I mean?
What did you want them to say? Like, oh yeah, by the way, like we haven't seen each
Yeah,
other. Like,
a bit-
oh yeah, so and so is going great. You don't need to ask. Like, what do you want them to say? What indication do you need
No,
for you
if-
to be like, okay, I don't need to ask.
If
I
they're
know.
because the whole point is people like, I'm happy to say if you ask,
Yeah.
but I don't want to share on my own accord. That's like everyone's reasoning is like, yeah, if you ask me, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to share it on my own.
So someone has to ask
Yeah,
to learn the news.
Well, exactly. But also just like, well, if you don't want me to ask, then just tell me.
Yeah, but the problem is you asking are causing these break in relationships. That's the problem.
I reckon so. Obviously, people like soft launch their relationships or whatever. Are you saying people should do the opposite now? Just put on Instagram. Sorry, me and so have broken up. Please don't talk to me.
That's a hard launch of the breakup. How do you soft launch a breakup?
Just put like a
No, it's what you did in high
Justin
school.
Bieber sorry lyrics on your Snapchat story.
In the black and white. Is it too late now to say sorry?
Only
walked into
people
that.
listen to me.
Yeah, so like soft launch your breakup. Little black and white. A little sad song lyric maybe.
Remove the couple photos from the feed.
Oh, that's a dead giveaway. That's not a soft launch. That's a dead giveaway.
But I also think like the people that I'm asking are not just strangers. Like they're my friends, right?
Maybe, Rohit, they don't hold you as close
Yeah.
to them as you hold them close to you. You expect them to break you the news, but at the end of the day, acquaintances.
Just with cowardly people.
I think just moral of the story: stop asking for now.
Yeah.
From now on. Okay, boys, it's time for compare and contrast. This is where we tier list basically everyday items, places, shows, really
Anything we want.
Anything we want.
How we want to do.
We went colours one time.
We don't speak of that. Right?
Will not see the light of day ever again.
Top 10 colours. That was a interesting
That was a
moment.
dark period.
Anywho, this week we're going to do, with Australia opening the borders up and you can start travelling overseas soon, we are doing the top tourist destinations. And so the 5 tier list that we've got, the tiers that you have. So I've gone into Smart Traveller, the Australian government website, and they give you basically the safety levels of going to so-and-so countries. And we're going to use that as the tiers.
Excellent.
So for the bottom tier, it just says do not travel. Fair enough. Like if you need
Say
more
less.
information than that, then you need help.
Say less.
The next one up from that is reconsider your need to travel. I think that's a fairly ominous one as well. The next one is actually the next one doesn't make sense. The middle tier is exercise a high degree of caution.
Oh, that's, yeah.
So it says you can go, but
Yeah,
fucking
just
watch
take
out.
care.
No, because the bottom 2 are don't go. They're telling you not to go.
Yeah.
Middle one's telling go, but you're fucked.
The second top tier is exercise normal safety precautions. And 5-star is travel.
Take it easy.
Take it
Yeah.
easy,
Travel. I like that.
Go.
Travel.
All right, boys. We'll start with the first one, Bali. Bali is, if you ever want to see bogan Australians in their natural habitat, don't look any further than Bali. Because honestly, you're You're getting Shazza and Bazza from Penrith and Mount Druitt, and they're living it up in Bali purely because
It's cheap.
So cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
It is unbelievably cheap.
What's their outfit of choice? The
Sarong?
No, the Bintang singlet.
Bintang wife beater, bro. Ironic, man.
The thing is, like, it's so funny. Like, you would hear like people from like America be like, "Oh, you know, I want to go discover Bali." You know, it sounds so tropical for them. And then for
It's
us,
so far
like,
as well, right?
it's so far, but for us, like that's where like the scourge of society of like Australia goes to for like a cheap holiday.
You've been there 3 or 4 times now, Sen?
I've been there twice, but we've
you had to get a new single.
But like that area, like where all the Aussie backpackers are, is like called Kuta, and that's dirty, bro. It's like a dodgy area. Like the actual inside part of Bali is like there's like rice, like paddy fields and whatnot, and it's actually quite lush and green.
Yeah.
And so there is like you won't actually get any like drunk Aussies and stuff like that. So that
Right.
part's actually quite nice.
But everyone
Just-
goes to Kuta Beach.
Kuta, exactly, just to get lit, you know, get cheap drugs and whatnot.
So where are we putting Bali?
Honestly, for me, it's a strong do not
I
travel.
was going to say we start with a do not travel.
We start with a strong do not travel. Out of curiosity, have any of you guys been there?
Nah.
I did not travel.
I would like to go to Indonesia.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, like I want to see what's about. Kush?
Yeah, I don't. Look, I'm just gonna say that most of these places you're gonna list, I've probably only traveled through them via Assassin's Creed. That's literally it.
It's more than enough.
That's actually more than enough.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Or you've swung through it in Spider-Man.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bali's not in Assassin's Creed, so I don't have an opinion.
Do not travel it is.
Do not travel. Next up, boys, London. Well, Manny, you went on exchange
Big
to
ups. Big ups.
Leeds,
big
but
ups.
same kind of area. And what did you think?
It's a great place, Senny. It's a great place. Everything you need is there.
Really? Did you enjoy your time there?
Enjoyed my time there. Big Ben was closed. I must have.
Yeah.
When
That-
we went.
When we were there as well, Big Ben was closed.
It's stitched
Just
up.
scaffolding all
yeah.
over it. That stitched it up a bit, but I can't complain. Everything you need is there.
All I can complain, and I will complain,
Here we go.
the weather is terrible. The weather is actually probably the worst.
Worse
thing
than
about it.
Sydney.
Oh, so bad, Kush. Like,
Because it's like that all year round, not just like the La Nina or whatever. It's literally 12 months of the year.
just rainy,
Light
cloudy.
rain. It's light rain, dude. Cop a little light rain.
But
It's not
every
heavy rain.
day, light rain.
And then we go to the cuisine, non-existent. I'm eating Indian food in London because there's no like English
So
food.
it's a bit like this, like Australia. I really don't think there's Australian cuisine. Like, is there?
like,
Not really.
Not really. But like, for example, meat pie could go down any day of the week. Like bangers and mash, like
Yeah.
the thing is, right, like
English breakfast.
the national dish of England is a chicken tikka masala.
That's outrageous.
So at least Australians aren't, you know, trying to claim some other cultural dish as their own. Like ours is like probably pavlova or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I agree. The cuisine is shit.
Then one more thing.
Yep.
The pound to AUD conversion rate.
Here we go.
You're getting dicked.
Outrageous. Like, and the thing is, it's like, if, for example, if I go to London or if I go to Australia, $20 gets me a nice meal. That same meal in London is £20. It's not adjusted at all. So now I'm paying
$40.
$40 for what I would pay for $20, right? And money's not the be all and end all, but it's like, have some respect for the AUD. You know what I mean? Hedge it better.
Hey, we got Central London. You got South London, where they're all stabby stars.
Stabby.
Exactly. That's how's that a positive?
You got North London. You got Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur.
The chicken shops are good. I'll pay that though. In South London.
Fried chicken, they have like some
Slaps.
Actually, so I went to on fried chicken one in Croydon, and literally, you go up to the counter to
Yeah.
order. There's a glass in front of the person,
Bulletproof.
like, taking bulletproof, and you have to put the money into like a middle place, and they take it out from there. Like,
Like
you
a
don't
bank
have to
teller.
hand it to them because they're
Okay.
scared of getting or that. Like it's rough.
Yeah, but Tower Bridge,
You just
Westminster
gotta keep
Abbey,
naming places.
Westminster Abbey.
Also, just dude, catching the tube as well is
That's
horrendous,
That's a peach, I reckon.
dude. Like a
Just
day on
don't go to the main line. It's a peach.
a day on the tube is like £10.
Mind the gap.
$20 to just go like 3 stations.
Yeah. And it's also really loud. Like, and the tube goes pretty fast and it's so loud.
Also, in like one of the lines, there's no aircon. So like in the middle of the summer, it's
Oh.
like 30 degrees, like maybe high 20s. It's packed like during like peak hour.
Mm.
You're grinding on random people, guy, women, doesn't matter, right? And there's no aircon.
Sure, this is
you're-
a train? No. I just want to make sure.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I don't know why I've turned into a London apologist.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
no,
but
no,
just
no,
to be
no.
on your side, because I think I really like the Victorian architecture. I'm a fan for that. I know some people hate it, but I think that Victorian architecture, the 1850s, you know, bit of steampunk vibe, I reckon. And I do like
Where's
that.
home of steampunk? London.
London, you're right,
So
exactly.
where are we putting it then? Like, what about the colonialism as well? Just throw that in there.
I was gonna say, Kush, you know, you're on the other side of this, mate.
Separate the art from the artist. And going off art alone. Yeah.
It's definitely not do not travel.
It's not the lowest one. It's
Yeah.
not do not travel. And I would
I'll
say it's
settle
not
a mid-tier.
I would say the middle one as well. Maybe
Yeah.
exercise.
Exercise.
And to be honest, you should. Walking the mean streets of London, you could get shanked.
Don't go south.
No, I think you're right. The currency and the crime together exercise some good caution there.
All right, another very popular, you know, Anglo tourist place, New York City.
The Big Apple.
The Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. The exact opposite of Sydney.
Well, when I went there, I took a bunch of 15, 16-year-old children.
Against their will.
No, they paid for the trip around the campuses of, you know, Columbia and that sort of thing.
New York University, Columbia,
all that sort of stuff.
Because you're well versed in those areas,
Oh,
right?
of course. Yeah, I told the parents at the airport, they're like, oh, so you've been to America heaps of times. I was like, yeah, all the time. First time being to America, taking these like young boys and girls overseas.
Sounding sinister, Rohit. Move it along.
Nightmare. I really like New York. I loved it.
I genuinely love New York as well.
I haven't been there. I'm going this year, and I'll let you know my thoughts
Ooh.
then. But
Updated tier list in what, 6 months?
We will
time?
we'll revisit it, but yeah.
but in terms of, I've heard some conflicting feedback where it's very much like Sydney. I've heard extremely like Sydney.
In what way?
No way.
not close.
Really, it's not.
So first of all, the American people, right?
Yeah.
Very friendly. Even in New York, people were talking to me.
I've
Not
not
in-
heard that.
Dude,
I've
I
heard the
agree.
polar opposite.
Americans are friendly, but not in New York.
I was
New
getting
York Americans are.
Everyone is busy. They're trying to get somewhere, and you're in their way. So move.
I was getting beautiful conversation.
It's probably because you
Yeah.
had a gun to their head, right?
and one thing also,
Probably because you were giving them children, bro. That's also going to be nice to you.
the buildings were also like massive. Like you feel
Yeah,
small.
it's-
Like
you feel tiny. And
Concrete
time-
jungle.
yeah,
Is
and
Times Square as good as it is in the night?
Times Square is so overrated.
That is
there's-
Really? Is
It's
it
just
overrated?
like Somalian guys trying to sell you like shit that you don't
Mixtapes,
need.
yeah.
Is it just billboards? Like
It's
electronic
billboards and like a lot
Yeah.
of people just trying to sell you shit. And it's like, and the thing is, I will say New York is very like dirty and it smells. A lot of it smells really
the
bad.
subway.
The subway is also super
heard
dirty.
dicey. Worse than
Janky.
the tube for sure.
Where's the place to go in New York then, right? Why do you like it so much?
Like Brooklyn's, like all the little, what do they call them?
Like the other boroughs.
Boroughs. That's what they call it.
like,
They're nice, like
Brooklyn.
Queens, Brooklyn, like
Yeah.
all them, like just beautiful
Manhattan.
But the thing
culture.
is, right, it's New
Yeah.
York. Like it'll live up to the expectations. Exactly what you think it is. Like you can get like a slice, like a hot dog for like $1 on the side of the road. You can get a slice
At any hour of the day.
at any hour of the day. That
no,
was
no issues with currency conversion as well.
No, at the time that I went, it was pretty good. Pegged nicely.
I'm sure you did.
What about the currency, brother?
But I genuinely really did love New York. But I feel like there are some sketch areas. If we're going to talk about crime like we did with London, there was some sketch
The
areas.
danger of getting mugged.
I'd say pretty high, to be honest. If you're in the wrong rough neighborhood, you know, you're walking late at night, you definitely could get a gun pulled on you or whatever. But look, it's, you know, you're seeing like Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty. Like,
All those good things.
You still got to tick it off the bucket list. So for that, I'm willing to put in the second top one.
Exercise normal safety
Normal
precautions.
so again,
Normal
you
safety.
should normal safety.
Check your pockets every now and again. But go.
I don't know if there was any pickpockets, was there, in New York? I can't remember. But I think, yeah, definitely exercise normal safety precautions. And we'll see what you think, Kush, when you get back.
Definitely.
Well, we'll stick to the theme of America. LA boys. I feel like you boys have been.
I
Went
know.
when I was like 14. I remember seeing what's the stars on this road?
Fucking waste of time, bro.
Biggest overrated thing, bro. They're just fucking.
Bro, you're shaking your head
pavement.
there. What's going on?
They are, yeah. Well, like, I've heard that LA is dirty.
LA
I've
is
never
pretty
been
bad.
to LA. Have you been to LA?
Hollywood.
I will go again in 6 months.
Hollywood overrated.
I think
Nothing to do for the common man.
But I'm like you as well. I went when I was a bit younger.
What's a common man gonna do in Hollywood?
Go do like a celebrity tour or on those buses where
fucking
you...
TMZ's $50 bus tour. Go fuck yourself.
So when I went when I was young, we did one of those celebrity tours.
Who'd you see?
Did
Did
they
you
actually
see?
drive through like the fucking neighborhoods and we
Yeah.
parked outside a house like this is Cameron Diaz's house and I'm like, are you sure, bro?
Yeah.
Like it just looks like a normal neighborhood. There's no like gated community or anything.
Really?
But like yes, like LA, like it's got like Disneyland and all that shit, which is still I thought that was pretty fun.
Home of the Lakers.
Home of the Lakers,
A lot
like-
of sport teams, big sport teams are there.
To be
a lot of
honest,
culture.
I don't think those theme parks hold up in LA because Florida has the same theme parks and even more, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
like,
like in Orlando, there's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Disney World and...
And even more so, like the same in LA, but even more. So,
Universal
Geriatrics
Studios.
though, so
so LA seems like, you know, a bit of a copy, bit of a hack job.
but I've heard that like a lot of these big cities, if you're rich, like Manny was saying, if you're rich, they're fucking fun.
Yeah,
like
Calabasas, Beverly Hills, bro. You're living the dream.
You can have a really
Malibu
good
as well,
time.
right? Malibu's around that area, is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
But I'm not rich, so I can't relate.
That's what I was
right?
gonna say.
You know
So
what I'm
people
saying?
It's a tier list for the common man.
For the common man.
Come on, man.
But is LA is where dreams come true. Like if we want
No,
to
but
move
that's the thing.
to
Comes
LA,
true for 5% of the people.
Maybe if you're moving there, but as a tourist, do dreams come true? Possibly not.
no, there's no dreams.
That's the thing. Yes, like a lot of people, like in America, as soon as you get like a bit of clout, like let's say you hit 10K TikTok followers, literally they all just move to LA.
Every fucking second cloud house is
So-
LA. It's
so
full
that's
of
why, like-
influencers.
Like if you did a podcast in like LA, it's so easy to get like guests because people are just clamoring for just any kind of social capital,
that's true.
or, like clout. So
And you hear a lot of people say when they meet people in LA, they're different to everywhere else, you know?
'Cause it's like-
everyone's chasing the dream of cloud and money and
yeah.
all that. So everyone's focused on
like
that.
you don't know who's real. Like it's very fake. Like everyone's just like trying to use other people to get ahead.
And these are the people you meet in the 1 week you're going to meet.
And with that, so all right, definitely Western New York. I will put my hand out.
Yeah, I would
Worse
say
than London.
I'd put it the same as London.
Same tier as
I think
London,
same
yeah.
tier.
Tier as London?
So
Yeah.
exercise a high degree of caution.
Yeah, with the fucking fake people.
Next up, boys, Paris. Manny, I think you're probably the most recent person who's been there.
It's the most fucking overrated city.
Yes,
Bro,
sir.
it's so shit. So like if you leave like the main
hot take.
the main tourist area, so fine, Eiffel Tower, nice. The Louvre,
No, go on.
nice. No, Eiffel Tower lit up at night. It's nice.
Bit of sparkles, yeah.
What is it?
Champs-Elysees.
Champs LSE.
What?
It's a street with all the designer fucking
Gee, it's just a road
shops
with like
and all that.
fucking Gucci, Fendi, and all that shit.
Shops that I can't afford. Common man cannot afford. Chanel, Louis Vuitton, that's all there is.
I'll say though, I had a nice macaron on Chumps.
How much it cost you?
Like a lot.
15 euros?
Yeah, 15 euros, but it's brilliant. Brilliant.
Exactly. You got that
For a
street.
box.
You got one garden. Am I missing any other Paris? Landmarks.
Honestly, no, not in
Arc de
Paris.
Triomphe.
Oh, you got the
Montmartre.
what's that? Oh, the white
The white church,
No,
yeah.
I'm thinking of the other church, the one that burned down. Because when I went, I literally went like a few months after it burned down. And I was just looking at scaffolding like we did with Big
no.
Ben. This is such a stitch up.
But if you leave those areas,
Yeah,
poverty, literal,
I-
and it's like dirty,
yeah.
and it's just even aesthetically, it's not great.
I'm not gonna. I felt scared in Paris.
Really?
There's a lot of pickpockets and like
That as well. Like you get warned so much about pickpockets as well.
That's true.
I filled all my shit in my front pockets. I was
Yeah.
like bulging at the front. So I normally put like my wallet at the back.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing at the back. It was all bulging at the front.
Yeah.
So I would feel if someone came and like tried to grab at me.
That's true.
But yeah, I agree with you for the most part.
I had some
City
nice
of love.
memories. I had some nice memories in Paris. So when I went, we stayed at a hostel, but we were too poor to afford 2 rooms. So then me and one of my mates slept in the same bed. And so what happened was like there was like guys in the hostel room because there's like maybe a room of 6.
Yeah.
And we shared a bed. And then we were sleeping at like maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Some guy walked in, saw 2 guys on the bed sleeping, and then just walked out. And then from the bakery downstairs, the food in Paris is actually quite nice.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
The pastries,
The
like
cuisine was good.
class.
I have to say. The
Pastry is good. Cuisine, it's okay.
The croissants, just every day. That's all I had.
Yeah.
4 or 5 a day.
I'll give you that.
Also, the museums and stuff, they're all free for
Oh,
students.
really?
No, you're negative. You're getting pickpocketed. You're negative.
They're free. Culture. I liked Paris.
Of course you did. You're the one probably pickpocketing everyone, right?
The Louvre was good. I will say that.
It is good, but it is overrated.
And not to mention the currency. You get dicked on that.
True.
With the AUD to
You know, this
euro.
sounds like something where you can just experience over Assassin's Creed. You know, that's it. That's what it is.
How was it in Assassin's Creed?
And I could pickpocket someone in Assassin's Creed and more as well.
Where are we putting it?
I will put it, I think the mid tier as well.
I cannot put it any higher than mid tier.
Yeah.
I would
Right.
go for the 4th tier, even.
So you're saying it could be even reconsider the needs?
Yes, because you might get pickpocketed.
There are also better places in Europe, much better places in Europe.
Exactly. Like Paris is you go for 2 days and that's it. You don't want to go back.
This sounds like a 4th tier to me from the description here.
I'm going to disagree, but chuck it in if need be.
All right, lovely. All right, boys. One closer to home, Tokyo, capital of Japan.
Haven't been,
I haven't been.
but heard unbelievably big things.
Every man and their dog has been, and they're like, "Oh, Tokyo was amazing." You know, you can get so X, Y, and Z at the 7-Eleven. It's like everything's so convenient.
So someone did say at work. I was like, I'm going to America in August, and the first question was, "Why not Tokyo?" I'm like, what?
Who mentioned Tokyo?
Like, when? First of all, when? And like, why?
Everyone raves about Tokyo.
Never heard a bad word.
I can see it though. It's food.
Yeah, food would be
Japanese?
amazing.
Yeah, wowee.
And the sights and sounds, Mount Fuji.
Infrastructure, transport, beautiful.
The Japanese have got the toilets, right? They have
the bidets.
That is the one reason I want to go, bro. I want
to cleanse my ass over there.
asshole. That would be amazing. You can go see the sumo wrestling. There's, it does sound like I'm sure it's Japan, so it's probably very clean, not much crime.
Highly developed.
Top tech, yeah.
Top tech, yeah. So
That is true, yeah, top
Maybe a
tech.
bit pricey. Maybe. That might be the.
it would be a little
I've
bit
heard that it is a bit expensive.
But a
Let
bit
it slide.
accessible for the common man.
Yeah,
Accessible.
yeah, exactly.
accessible. That's true.
You can have a nice holiday on a decent budget, I reckon.
I love how none of us have been in, but we're like, yeah, Tokyo.
Well, I've not been. Like my family went to Japan when I was overseas, like on a family trip. They didn't invite me, but they said it was. They said it was really nice. So that's how I'm basing it off.
Who are we to go against Nine in household?
Would you
Exactly.
say it's the gold standard, the
Pinnacle.
top tier? You reckon?
I reckon we're sending it up.
Travel.
All right.
Travel.
Absolutely travel. Next one up, boys. Barcelona. Is that correct?
It is indeed.
Again, I feel like I didn't. Europe was nice, but I feel like
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
I don't know. Like the sites were nice.
La Sagrada Familia.
That was actually
That was
beautiful.
sick.
That was amazing.
The church that has not been completed in like 200 years.
But
that ain't get you.
Have you seen it? Kush?
Nah.
It looks like sand. Like the outside looks like it's a sand castle.
Right.
Beautifully made.
It actually looks like it's beautiful. It is actually.
It started getting built in like 1800s or something, and it's
No, it
not
was like
yet,
the 1920s.
but it's still not finished. It's still not finished.
For some reason, like the designer died, and they're like, this is good enough. We'll leave it as it is.
Gaudi architecture, dude. Kush, you like architecture. You will
Yeah.
love this stuff.
They had like 100-year siesta on that, like on the building of that church, and they just gave up. But I will say, a lot of pickpockets as well. Like Jesus Christ,
That's
like
fine.
I don't know.
Just start
Well,
bulge. You
safety
like your
is
bulge.
paramount, right? You want to be able to travel knowing that. Look, I'm not going to
Yeah.
get mugged at any given moment.
Travel with a Spanish name, bro. You'll be fine. That's why I got by fine.
But I will say the food was amazing.
Man, got into food. Yes. Also, sangrias.
Yeah.
That's where I got into sang. Oh my days.
They're dangerous. It tastes like fruit juice.
Fruit juice.
Exactly.
But yeah, so you
Would,
get, like,
and also, would Ed Sheeran have a song called Barcelona if it wasn't
Class.
top tier?
he also has one called Galway Girl, but I don't want to go to Galway.
I went to Galway. It's actually quite nice. Is it? Yeah, it actually is.
Thinking about the girls, not that place.
Northern Ireland, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Seems a bit
Cliffs
dodgy.
and Moa is there as well. Anyways, back to Barcelona. Partying in Barcelona is sick. We went on a top deck tour to Barcelona, and it was unreal. Like the clubs there are actually like just 20 times better. You start like the culture's so much different, right? You're eating dinner at 9 o'clock. You're pre-drinking at 11. You're heading into a club at 1 and then ending up
yeah.
at like 7 a.m. It's good
Yeah,
fun.
it's different, much different. But I'm surprised I didn't try the Macca's there. That's always one thing I like to do. I want to try like
Always
a
compare
McTapas, McPayal.
That could be a good tier list, to be honest. The Macca's across, the
world.
Yeah.
That you know what? We'll shelve that idea.
Keep that in
for-
mind.
We'll have to do it when you come back.
Yeah. So you go to the US, try all the. Actually, no, we'll do the American
Fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's a little assignment for you. Barcelona, though, I did like it. The architecture was nice. The weather was beautiful.
Always.
Sunny Spain. It's not like dreary
My-
or gloomy London where it was fucking depressing.
My Facebook DP is from Barcelona. If I
Yeah.
know.
Oh, it is true.
It's
Park
aesthetic.
well.
Exactly.
But is it as good as the current unseeable Tokyo?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Lionel Messi did leave,
Exactly.
so he must have left for a reason.
A reason, exactly. I will say the camp now, like the Barcelona Stadium.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Oh, it's a
stadium.
peak.
Actually, when I went there, they were redoing the turf, so it was just brown dirt.
The tour
Wasn't
is
it
amazing.
when you went, your mate's a Messi fan?
Yeah. Oh no. So my mate, he went to watch the El Clasico,
Yeah.
and he loves Messi. Like this guy
Worships him.
this guy was eating bananas for 2 months because he didn't have enough money because he went to Barcelona, spent 900 euros on a ticket just to see Messi. Messi got injured, so the crown his sorrows, he bought 1,500 euro worth of Messi replica, like jerseys, posters, literally the whole gift shop sold out.
Yeah, to
And
see
you didn't
it.
even get to see him.
And he didn't get to see him because he got injured.
Oh, you hate to see that. But I think it'll be one tier below Tokyo. So we'll say
Exercise normal safety
normal
precautions.
safety. You know?
Normal
As you said, pickpockets.
Yeah.
Aside from that, beautiful.
next up, boys, we're doing the big one, the big Sydney. I don't even think we even need to get into this. I know exactly where I'm putting Sydney. Bias aside,
Where are you putting it?
At the top, baby.
Well, I think so too. Like,
Are we looking at it
Objectively
from
speaking, you know,
tourist lens?
we are
I think
tourist
tourist
lands.
lens right now.
I think if you're looking at Australia through a tourist lens, Sydney, you're going, and you're probably
Yeah.
spending the most nights in Sydney.
And you're loving it. Like beaches, weather,
Exactly.
like Harbour
You're loving
Bridge.
it during the day.
Yeah, we all know the nightlife's trash, but
You can have fun at night until about 12, 1 o'clock.
So when Rose pre-drinking,
I think, if you're looking at safety, no issues whatsoever.
issues.
Your biggest menace is probably Rohit. The currency right now, we're in the mud. So if you want to come for a cheap holiday in Australia, this is the best time.
the only thing is it's far away from most countries. That's the only downside. But Sydney, like I'm telling you, the beach is spectacular.
Australia has a rep in Europe. I feel
Good rep.
the beaches. You got to live there.
We have some of the world's best beaches like from half an hour away versus like if you go to like any country in Europe, like you're not.
We have
their
sand.
beaches
We
are
actually have sand on our beaches.
The beaches in England,
Yeah,
disgusting.
pebbles, brother, pebbles.
rocks, dude. It's disgusting.
And waves. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Straight to the top.
Harbour Bridge.
Yeah, you got
Opera
Harbour
House.
Bridge, the Opera House. Like,
got
how
Koala
can you
Park.
compete, right?
Yeah.
Featherdale Wildlife.
I'll say Australia doesn't have that many good theme park attractions though. I think
in
here in Sydney,
Sydney.
Gold Coast, yes,
Gold
maybe,
Coast,
but
you got-
Sydney, not
We got
so
Wet and
much.
Wild in Blacktown. Mention
Maybe
that.
some safety concerns there.
Jamboree, 2 hours to south.
I was actually having a look at the US travel like embassy, the website over there, and they have like warnings where not to travel. And when you go to the Sydney, it says do not travel to Sydney because of COVID right now. And I'm
Right.
like, well, look, you're the US. Like, what?
Who are you to talk? She's a Spider-Man meme.
Food is last thing. Food in Sydney as well. You got all the cultures.
That's the thing. I was
Yeah.
gonna say there's no Sydney cuisine. It's just
You don't
fucking
need it.
Cuisine of the world.
And also,
everything.
there are the burger scene here is good. It's
Yeah.
actually very good here. I know like a lot of people think it's a bit expensive, but it's a good burger scene here.
And even like from that, like the steak scene, even like you can have some
Class,
steak,
yeah. Like we're exporting cows to other countries. Like people want prime Angus
Don't
cows.
get started on the Asian food here.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. You want any cuisine, you can find it good and tasty in Sydney.
That's
I
fair.
agreed. Send it
Travel.
up.
Number 1, Sydney. Next up, our mortal enemies, Melbourne. I will say, and a lot of Sydney stars will hate me for this. I quite like Melbourne. I'll say it quietly, but I do like Melbourne quite a bit.
I like Melbourne at a certain time of year.
When?
Late January,
Early Feb.
maybe early Feb, when the Australian Open is
So
on.
that 2-week window. That is the only
class.
time you
One of the
care.
greatest cities to visit.
I think so as well. The Boxing Day Test match to the Australian Open.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Prime.
I'm over
in
there.
that window.
Yeah.
Aside from that window, it's too cold.
It is, the weather's
It's windy. It's too cold.
They say in Melbourne you can get all 4 seasons in a day, and that is true. Like it can be sunny in the morning, then it suddenly gets cold, windy, and then
Yeah.
raining at night.
Rainy, yeah.
But it does get all the big sporting events. Their
True.
nightlife is a million times better than ours.
that is fair.
Also, the city's just better, like infrastructurally to build.
Yeah, they got the
like,
trams
It's in
everywhere.
grids. It's like nice. Sydney's all over the shop, but
We didn't
we
address that.
didn't
when
address
we were-
that. It's fine. Coffee's good. Like culture's good in Melbourne.
Food would also probably be the same with Sydney.
Same-ish, yeah.
But yeah, they've got no beaches. But again, no safety concerns. So that's why Melbourne's up there. It's not as good as Sydney. Obviously.
Agreed.
I'm not putting it up there with Sydney, but it is, I would say, at least
Exercise normal
the second
safety
top tier.
precautions.
Absolutely. All right, boys. 2 more. Do 2 classic Greek ones. I've personally never been, but with the amount of fucking Instagram stories and posts I've seen, I've basically been there.
We've been.
And with how Ro beautifully describes it, as he did a few weeks ago on the podcast, I've also absolutely been. And we're, of course, talking about Santorini and as well Mykonos. Have you been to both?
No, I went to Santorini, but we skipped Mykonos. Went to another like party island.
Yeah, because Mykonos is like just a party island, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just more of the same shit.
Yeah.
Just like drunk Europeans.
Exactly. But Eos was the island that we went to. I will say, like, if Mykonos is anything like Eos, which apparently it is, I want to separate the two
Okay.
because Santorini overrated. Like again, I think you need a lot of money to enjoy it because like we were on a budget. We were staying at this hostel.
Yeah.
If you have money, you can stay on like the waterfront, which is actually quite nice. Sunset's
How
overrated.
much is that setting you back, though?
So much, like so much.
Like thousands of euros?
Probably like per night, like probably at least 1,000.
Yeah, but it ain't no messy gift shop though. So you're all right.
Just there to take a photo. Sunset.
Yeah,
Aesthetic of the
That's the thing,
water and the buildings.
Mykonos, the graphics are beautiful. Like what I've seen in Assassin's Creed. They're beautiful. They're great. The sunsets
your
over there.
NVIDIA graphics card, huh?
They're beautiful from what I've seen so far. But I think, I think I'm on the right track.
Sunsets in Australia are better than Santorini sunsets, but Mykonos is sick. Like, or EOS. EOS is what we're
Fine.
rating.
All
Right?
right, EOS then.
Is sick. Like, my body clock was just like literally 24/7. We went for 3 days and partied like for 72
Did you not
hours.
sleep at all?
Like very little sleep. Like the sleeping pattern was from like when we got back from the town, which was like 11 a.m. We slept till 4 p.m. and then started from
You
there.
got back at 11 a.m. Were you working shift work or something? What do you mean you got back at 11?
No, it was good.
Like in the graveyard.
What do you do? No, honestly, I'm being serious. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you're at the club until like 4. What the fuck are you doing from 5 to 10?
the club.
No, bro, clubs don't
Firing
close
up-
at 4.
Dude, it's
But the sun's up. What do you mean?
dude, you don't know.
Party on the beach.
There is no time. Like there is no concept of time.
Like, is it like the casino?
Yeah, there's no clock.
Everything's just closed off, no clocks, no sunlight. It could be midnight, it could be midday.
You don't know, but it was if you're young and you want to have a good time,
Was it
like
cheap?
Greek islands, yeah, it was cheap. It was
Like
reasonable.
booze was cheap, getting into clubs like free.
Free, or like you pay a little bit. It's like depends on the club that you go to. Like
Yeah.
they have different theme club, which I thought was interesting. Like one of them is like and what's sick as well is that each of the clubs will have like a challenge that you have to do. So if you sink 10 shots, you get like a NBA jersey, or if you like get there's one where it's like you wear a helmet and you let this chick just smash you with a baseball bat. Multiple
I've seen that on
times.
TikTok, bro.
Yeah,
Why do you need a helmet?
for safety.
Oh, she hits you in the head.
Yeah, she hits you in the head.
Jesus. What did you think? I don't know. Like,
Belting your shins.
yeah, that's what I thought. The helmet will save you. Wait, what do you get for this?
You get like it's and so it's a pride of thing. It's all singlets. So singlets are the currency in this town,
Right.
and so people like flex
Like Bali.
like Bali,
We've come full circle.
but they have like it's the singlet has the name of the club, and then people are like it's a bit wanky. People
Oh.
like tuck singlets in to show how many of these
Right.
clubs that they've been to and
What the hell?
how many slaps they've got.
It's like gym badges in Pokemon.
It's literally like that.
Completed.
But it's good. It's good.
So you're gonna give that?
I'd say travel. Honestly, it's just a
You
different
reckon?
experience. Yeah, because
That's the top tier.
it's also nice. Like the water's nice.
It sounds like it's good for the common man at our age.
Yeah, 100%.
Exceptional.
Because the people going there are only there to party. Like, there's no tourist attractions. You're there just to get fucked and hammered.
Yeah.
Party 24/7.
Go to the beach and lie
So
down.
say then it can't be top tier.
Yeah, a bit of ageism here, bro. That's
I
what
would
I'm
say
saying.
I agree. It sounds fun. I want
Yeah.
to go now, but I can't. It's not. Tokyo gives you a bit of everything. Sydney gives you a bit of everything.
Mr. Nanan said Tokyo was great. Would you
True.
say the EOS?
No,
was like-
yeah, Mr. Nan would not say. Biju would not do that.
So we're gonna put EOS in the second top one, and then Mykonos. Are we chucking it at the bottom?
Or Santorini, just
Sorry,
send it-
Santorini,
Not
yeah.
at the bottom. It is decent, but it's not like
It's just overrated.
it's
to shit.
very overrated.
So reconsider your need to travel to Santorini, and for EOS, exercise normal safety precautions. Alrighty, fellas, we'll end this week with a bit of Dub in Array unit. We haven't done this in a while, and for those of you who have newly joined us, this is where we just talk about just the absolute odd specimens in society who you just view and you're like, how have you ended up this way?
Weird behaviors.
Weird behaviours.
Personalities.
Basically, we just slander people who probably can't help their behavior, but that's neither here nor there. We'll start with a quick one from me this week. I've recently rejoined the gym because I want to get swole, boys.
Yeah.
And me and Manny were there, and we were doing a bit of bicep curls, my favorite, as you said. And so me and Manny were talking. And usually, if I wasn't there, for example, Manny, and you were just there by yourself, what would you be doing?
My phone.
On your phone, like listening to music, right?
Yeah.
So the guy next to us was bicep curling, and he had his AirPods in. I'm like, oh, he's probably listening to a podcast or listening to music. So I walked past him. He was watching Bloomberg News. He was watching financial news while he was bicep curling with the other hand.
What?
And I'm like, this is like, is he trying to flex on the rest of us? Man was looking at his stock portfolio while he was
Grind
bicep.
don't stop, bro. Grind
I'm like,
don't
this is
stop.
so outrageous. Like, I thought, like, you would listen to like maybe Taylor Swift or something, but nah, man's on like CNBC
Bloomberg
looking at like
Terminal.
oil future prices. I'm like, fuck me, mate. This is so rare. Like, who are you trying to impress here?
Back it. Grind don't stop.
I don't know
bro.
if it's rare. I think it's a respectful unit here. I'm rating I'm rating
You don't think
this.
there's anything strange about that?
no, it is strange.
I think it is
it's
strange, but like I don't think it's. I get it. You know.
Maybe if he was listening to it, but he was watching it. He was live streaming it. Is what got me.
Here's the thing. If he, doing it during bicep curls,
Doing it.
okay, that's a bit.
Of course.
But if he was on the treadmill,
Yeah, that's
going for an
different. No,
incline
that-
walk,
Yeah.
place his phone there and he's watching.
That's a good point.
Bloomberg
Yeah.
News. Is that okay?
I think that's okay. That's fine. I got no issues with that. It's just, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, the man was literally looking up like share prices and shit.
Mid curl is
Mid curl.
if he had it on in the background,
Yeah.
like on the floor and he's curling it,
Yeah.
or if he was on his phone after the set had finished.
I think after set is fine. I can live with that.
Okay, yeah, during
He was
during
just
his news show,
doing it.
yeah.
It was so
So there's no point at all during the set that it could be seen as, not rare, basically.
I don't think so. And the thing is, like, he saw me looking as well.
Did he face the phone towards you?
Are you trying to impress me or something? I don't know.
No, he's probably looking at you, like looking down at you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's just going to the gym and not actually multitasking. Like, I'm making
you're
money.
talking to your friend during the set. You're
Yeah.
on TikTok. How dare you?
I hope
Listening
I
to
see
music.
I hope I see him again. I want to see what he's watching this time.
I think ask him tips. He
Yeah, I
seems
want
like
to get
he's
some
got it
stock
all
tips
his-
of him. Exactly.
His life all
See the
together.
ASX go down during the week. You see him at the Jimmy's fucking suey.
He's not having a good time.
I also have one this week, quick one, but unbelievably rare. So we're talking to our friend, and he went to exchange in America, and he lived in like a dorm. And obviously, in a dorm, you share.
You got like a bunk bed.
You got a bunk bed,
Yeah.
something like that. And then I think the thing with his roommate was that he needed the door open to sleep, like needed air or something like that.
All right.
Fine, let that pass. So, and our friend slept near the common room. And in the common room, there's a TV, obviously, and that sort of thing. But for some reason, he was saying the TV was left on all night. What did the TV show? It showed Stephen A. Smith like on Sports Center for the whole night. So what our friend said is over the semester that he lived in that dorm, he got conditioned to sleep to the voice of Stephen A. Smith. And so much so that when he came back to Australia, he couldn't sleep without playing the top 10 Stephen A. moments every night.
It's outrageous. The fact that Stephen Smith makes it so much more better as a...
Just he has to listen to the hottest
He
takes
has to
of
listen
Steve.
to hot takes of Stephen A. Smith to fall asleep. That was sickeningly rare
And
when I
it's
heard
not
that
like
from him.
I think it's not any of the ESPN anchors. It has to be Stephen A. Smith. So it can't be Max Kellerman. Can't be Skip Bayless.
Can't be Shannon.
It can't. It only can be Stephen A. Smith.
And the fact thing, mate, his night routine was put the pajamas on, brush his teeth, load up Stephen A. Smith.
Load up an hour of Stephen A. Smith
Oh my
hot
God.
takes
I can see him learning him 10-hour loops, Stephen A. Smith.
of why LeBron is not the GOAT.
Oh my God.
But people use something to sleep. Like,
No, the concept I understand of
Yeah.
like having like white noise or something to help you sleep. But
yeah.
the audacity to have Stephen.
No, because normally people will say like the noise of a fan or like the
Exactly.
ocean or
Yeah.
even like reading a bedtime story from a calming voice. You've heard Stephen A. Smith. That is the furthest thing from calm that you'll ever hear.
Dribble from a middle-aged American man.
I'm like low-key the same though. Not Stephen A. Smith, but Bill Burr does it for me.
Again, that's even worse.
I think Bill Burr's a bit outrageous as
he
well.
yells.
Yeah.
No, but like the thing is, like I know his set.
So you have it memorized.
So I have it like basically memorized all the jokes and stuff like that. It's just really soothing to sleep to.
That's so odd. What about you, Kush? Any white noise that you need to
Nah,
sleep?
I
Are you
don't
normal
think-
like the rest of us?
I don't know why noise, but what's recently been doing is the actor Jeffrey Wright. He has like a really soothing voice, and
I've
man,
heard
it
it,
puts
yeah.
me to
It's
sleep.
English, right?
Yeah, he's English. Puts me straight to sleep.
I feel like that's an insult. Your voice is
voice.
so boring it puts me to sleep.
No, but it's a soothing voice. It keeps me really calm. So like I just naturally feel like I want to go to sleep.
So what do you listen of his? Like, does he have an audiobook or something? Or?
No, it was I was actually watching a film, The French Dispatch, and he's there for the last 40 minutes, and he's narrating it, and I was like, damn, this is
For
really-
40 minutes, he's talking. There's no.
Yeah, basically, he's like, oh no, there's a few others, but he's narrating for most of it, basically.
Right.
And it was so soothing. I was like,
Maybe the movie was just boring.
that too. Well, it was pretty boring, but
feel safe. Yeah.
still.
I have this thing where like if in the middle of a work day or even a weekend, in the middle of the afternoon, I lie down, I go on YouTube or TikTok, I always fall asleep.
Maybe you're just
Scrolling.
tired from work.
No, that's
though.
just the time, I reckon. Afternoon nap. Yeah, it could
you've
hit.
had lunch.
It's like,
you know?
it's like clockwork.
Just siesta.
Yeah.
I put on YouTube, I'm asleep.
Really? On your
weird.
phone? Like you're holding it
Yeah,
up?
and I just like I fall asleep
Yeah.
and the video's still playing, but it's only like 10 minutes or so.
What time is your siesta?
My siestas are like 3,
3. Yeah, that's a prime siesta time.
That is a good
Yeah.
time, to be honest.
and then normally during summer I need white noise of the fan.
I've never gone.
Because the thing is, during
that
summer I get
annoys me.
conditioned to the fan.
Yeah, I agree.
When it gets
Yeah.
cold and I turn off the fan, I miss the fan for a week or so. I want the fan back in my
Stockholm
life.
syndrome.
Exactly. But then after that week, I'm over it. I'm back to silence.
I need absolute silence to
Silence.
sleep. I can't. Yeah, Bill Burr. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous.
No, I don't need it to sleep. It just feels comforting to hear his voice.
Feels like home.
Yeah.
So if we ever went to see Bill Burr live and like to actually do stand up, you'd fall asleep.
Dozing off.
Just like
yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
All right, boys, that brings us to the end of the episode. Massive thank you to our guest Kush for coming on this week. Kush, where can the listeners find you?
Absolutely nowhere. Sometimes on this podcast.
He's not lying because we haven't been able to find him.
Make sure.
But check out his Instagram though. Like if you want to see the reviews.
Yeah, if you want to see some movie reviews, check out my Instagram. Absolutely.
His Instagram is in the description, and whilst you're there, check my Instagram, and I can do it to followers as well.
And make sure to join the TCB Appreciation Society. We're putting up the poll about Kush's beard or mo. I'm really interested to see how you guys go.
Or goatee or porn star mustache or whatever you want. But whilst you're in that description, all our episodes are there: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that. And with that, us three will see you guys next week. Kush might see you another time.